What is going up, guys? This is the Flamespot here, and we are back with another paper games video. And this paper game is going to be called Defuser. Now, with this game, you're going to have a few pieces of paper. Color pencils are actually needed, as well as a quarter, or just something to flip a coin with. And I'm still using that same quarter that has weird heads and tails. Should probably switch that out at some point. So as you can hear, whenever you think of Defuser, you think of, oh man, there's a bomb planted somewhere, and you can see a giant map. Now this is just a house map I found online. I just basically copied what it looked like and took some main features such as beds and desks and stuff like that, and I just drew them in. Now, as I said, there are going to be a few pages. It just depends on how many quote-unquote bombs you want to have inside of your map. This should be an easy, more or less fun game. It also should be pretty quick. Most of this is going to be timed. So, let's start. Now, if you're going to play this single player, then what you are going to need is a pencil, of course, along with the other materials. However, we're going to start... Oops, I forgot to actually draw a front door. But you have your map. You have black dots on the map, and the black dots symbolize where a bomb could be. Now, this is actually a flick game. You don't have to make it a flick game. I just think it adds a little more challenge to the game itself. You do not need it, so if you don't know what a flick game is, you just turn your paper, and then you flick, and whatever it is, you just draw a circle there, and that's where you are. So that is, of course, not needed. You can just say, oh, I'm going to go to this room, or you can number the rooms and then roll a dice and then whatever, or a die, and whatever number it lands on is what room you go to. Either way, it's just a way to getting around the map. Now, let's say if you are doing the flick thing and you flick onto, this says the game room, and that looks like a pool table. So let's say you flick onto the pool table where there is a black dot. That means that there is a chance of there being a bomb planted there. So what you're going to do is flip a coin. Of course, this is heads. The other side that also has heads on it is tails. Like I said, confusing coin. So I'm just going to flip this coin, and it is heads. Now, heads means whenever you flip a coin for a bomb, and if it lands heads, then that means there is a bomb there. So you'll know that there is a bomb here. You can either check off of it, and what you're going to do next is actually flip the coin 5 more times. Now, each time counts for how many wires you'll have to defuse inside of a bomb. As you can see, here's a little not a sneak peek, but here's what a bomb looks like. So it's upside down right now. I'll flip it the other way, but you can see there's 5 different colored wires, and that flipping the coin 5 times is going to determine what wires you need. Now, whenever you flip the coin and it lands tails, then that means you have to diffuse that wire. The wires go in the order of red, blue, green, yellow, orange. So that's basically what it's going to, whenever you flip it, that's what's going to be, you're gonna just mark it in that order. So, I'm just going to flip it now, and whenever it gets tails, I'm going to just mark it. So tails, so the first color was red, so that means this one has a red. Next was green, or blue, that was also tails, so I'll have to cut the blue wire. That was not much of a flip, but since it was heads, then that means there is no green wire that needs to be cut. I'm gonna flip it again. Oops, what is that? That was tails, so that means it's yellow. So this is actually a big diffuse. And the last one, heads. Alright, so that means there's no orange. So out of the 5 colors, there are, as you can see, 3 colors that have been chosen that need to be cut. So red, blue, or yellow. Now this is the point whenever you're actually going on to create your bomb defuse, or your bombs. You can mark which one goes where. Right now I just have it set up so I have 2 different bomb samples, and of course they are both going to be on my website along with the rules to this game. So if you just want an example of everything, you can just go to my website and print it out, and my website's going to be down in the description. So this is what a bomb looks like just in my drawing. So it's just a rectangle. It actually somewhat looks like a zapper that the spy uses in TF2. However you want to just go about it. So at the top, this really doesn't tell you that much. It tells you how much time you're getting, along with, which I actually did not write these, but how many, what did I call them? Not notices in this one, but ticks. So, of course, like all my flick games, if you hit a wall or you hit an obstacle, then you get a tick. So I'm just going to give myself 3 ticks in this bomb. And so, as you remember, I got I have to cut 3 wires, so red, blue, and yellow. So let me just get out these. You're not going to need any more color pencils. Color pencils are just for knowing which wires you have to cut, but I'm just having them here so I know which ones I'll have to cut. So red, oh that's not red, that's blue, red, and yellow. Now, whenever you get to a bomb point, you get to look for where you can start. Now, where you can start is whenever there's a circle or a half circle, and you're looking for like a plus sign. It's basically supposed to like show where a screw can be, and then you can like put your scissors or whatever, tweezers, inside of the screw area, and then you can start flicking around again, since this part is also a flick part. All you just have to do is cross a wire while you're flicking, and that cuts it. However, if you cut a wire that's not supposed to be cut, so in this case if I went for blue and I cut green, then you lose the game and you have to restart. There's different versions that you can play this game. You can play this in a point system, or you can just play it in a total bomb scenario. So the total bomb scenario is, like I said, if you cut a wrong wire, then the bomb explodes and you just completely lose the whole game and you have to restart. However, if you're doing a point system based game, then whenever you explode, or whenever you cut a wrong wire and the bomb explodes, then you don't get any points from this round, and you actually lose 3 points for exploding the bomb. Now, whenever you successfully defuse the bomb, so if you flick your pencil over the wires of the colors that you had to, then you get however many points there were wires. So let's say there were yellow, red, and blue. If I actually successfully cut all of those without cutting any other wires, then that means I would get 3 points. Let's just say if I only had red and blue and I cut both of those, then I would only get 2 points. So that's how the point system would work in this scenario. It also could work with multiplayer, so if you guys just want to see how many points you can get on a certain map, and you can just make yourself up to that one challenge, who can get the most points. Of course, it has to do with the luck system and how many times you flip the coin and it lands tails, but let's actually just try this map. So I'm going with, I have to get the blue, red, and yellow, so I'm going to start. You can start on either side if there are multiple parts, or screws I guess you could call them. I'm just going to start here because blue is there, red and yellow are both in the same area. And you can start on both, not start, but wherever you start, you can go to a different side. So let's say I want to start here, and, alright, well, I missed. Let's just say if I did cut that or something, and I wanted to cut the red one on this side, I can flip the paper around and go to the other screw. You don't have to stay on one side. You can stay on whatever side you want. So I cut the red wire. So red wire is out, leaving me blue and yellow left, and I'm going to go back to this side because the yellow is close to where I was. Alright, I cut the yellow wire, and where's a good blue wire? I'm going to go back to this side and cut the blue wire since I can recut the red wire, it doesn't matter, but the blue wire is closer on this side. So, boom, I cut the blue wire. Now, of course, you're supposed to be timing yourself, so in this one I just gave myself a minute to do it. If you didn't, then you get no points because the bomb would, of course, explode. So basically, that's how the main part of the game works in terms of scoring points or beating the game. Now, like I said, I have another map This one is that the wires are all around the outside and your screws in the center. You just start from the center, and there's just some obstacles in the way. So just don't, let's just say 2 ticks for this one since it looks like an easier map. You can determine which map you go to based off which bomb you go to based off of your map. However, I just have this for an example. So, basically that's more or less it for the game. I might do a full run through maybe later if you guys want it. So that's gonna wrap it up for this video. If you have any questions about this game, go in the comments or look under the website and look at the full rule page that is on there. So this is the Flame Spot signing out.